Good morning, everyone. We would like to first start off by thanking you for your time and patience during our speech. Today, my partner David and I are going to be giving you the information on the public smoking ban. Can I get a show of hands of how many of you are at least 18 years old? Well, as you can see, that this ban affects all of us. I am 18 as well. Today, my partner and I will give you a brief background on the public smoking ban and then follow up with your own opinions on the issue. I will begin by giving you my information. The public smoking ban has been an ongoing issue recently in the United States. As of May 1st, 2010, Michigan became the 38th state to enact this new law. It was created by Dr. Ron Davis, and it was passed December 10th, 2009. This law preserves and improves the health, comfort, and environment of the citizens by limiting the exposure of secondhand smoke. Governor Granholm passed the bill 2010 on December 18th. This new ban will prohibit smoking in all workplaces, both public and private, any food service establishments including restaurants, bars, bowling alleys. It will also prohibit smoking in public. This includes shopping malls, hotels, motels, and concert halls. Under this new law, cigar bars and tobacco specialty shops that meet certain criteria are exempt, as are the gaming floors of Detroit's casinos. In order to comply with the smoke-free law, restaurants and businesses must post a no smoking sign and remove any indoor ashtrays and remove any person who is smoking indoors. A violation of this law will result in a $100 fine for the first offense and up to a $500 fine for the second offense. Now that I have talked to you about my information, David is going to talk to you about his.
An estimated 45.3 million people in the United States smoke. It is a statistic from CDC.gov. Of these millions of people, 20% of them are 18 to 24, which would have been, if everybody was here, most of your guys' age and my age, which is why this is very relevant to all of us. The public smoking ban that was set forth in 2010 impacted all these people. The public smoking ban, as my partner said before, banned public smoking in public sites such as restaurants, workplaces, and bars. This is a highly debatable topic due to the reasons and questions following. First of all, whose rights are involved in this ban? The non-smokers' rights and the smokers' rights. The non-smokers' rights are being violated because of the smoke in the atmosphere. The smokers' rights are being violated due to their freedom of choice. The second being, even though these rights are violated, are we sure any of the statistics are valid? Or different variables considered when they did their research? Are the statistics drawn from people who live in a smoking household? It wouldn't be fair to, just draw from a population where their parents already smoke and are already exposed to secondhand smoke. Third of all, even though this research has been done, it's irrelevant enough to cause a ban. When we put this ban into place, it costs us millions and millions and millions of dollars. Just the question is, was it worth it? And also the health risks that were involved with secondhand smoke, did they decrease after the ban? For the last reason, on the basis of who should make these decisions for us. Should it be the government's decision or should it be the private owner's decision? These are just some of the reasons on why this is a debatable topic. Now that we have both broadened your knowledge on the history of the public smoke ban, the implications of it, and the reasons behind why it is a debatable subject, the question being set forth today is whether or not the smoking ban should be repealed. I will now begin with my side of the debate, followed by my partner Nicole's side of the debate. Again, my name is David, and I am for the public smoking ban being repealed. Are you ready for this?
Yep.
This public smoke ban was not created fairly. It was backed by alternative smoking cigarette companies such as e-cigarettes, who actually turned out to be worse for you. I will discuss the reasons behind why I believe the public smoking ban should be repealed. Here's some of the reasons that I will cover. Government takes away your freedom. Second of all, increases smoke in parks and recreation areas where more bystanders and kids are. They came up with products such to support the ban that are actually just as bad for you. And it is harmful on the environment through more outdoor heaters and heated sidewalk emissions and litter from cigarettes. Now, first of all, government taking away your freedom. Government take away your freedom through government controlling this they're controlling everything you do. They're controlling where you're smoking now. You can't do it in a restaurant and eat. The government is now controlling private-owned businesses. If you think about it, a restaurant is privately owned. It is not a public place. So why are we giving the government control over where people smoke? My next argument has to do with the bystanders and the children. The increase of smoking outdoors, such as recreational places and parks where more kids are. Where instead of focusing everything inside the restaurants and everywhere where people have a choice to go inside, we're forcing them outside. Where actually more bystanders and more children are. Now that they're not able to smoke inside the restaurants, smokers are going to parks, recreational places, outside buildings where more kids and bystanders are. And not only are we exposing the kids to secondhand smoke, but we're exposing them to more deviance. Smoking is a deviant behavior, but pushing the smokers outside, we are now exposing them to more of the deviance. I want you to picture it this way: a flu epidemic. If this was a flu epidemic, we would not just open up the city and let everybody reign free. We would try and compact it into one area, and we would not expose everybody else to it. Now to my next point involving alternative cigarettes. Alternative cigarettes were the advocates behind this ban. Alternative cigarettes actually turn out to be just as harmful. MedicalNewsToday.com states that e-cigarettes close the airways within the first 10 minutes of smoking. And also, nitrosamines, a cancer-causing agent that is found in cigarettes, are also in e-cigarettes. Now, for my last argument. Public smoking has a negative impact on the environment. Like I said before, heated pavements are giving off emissions to the air. More cigarette butts are on the ground. Before, you could just put it in an ashtray and the restaurant owners would throw it away. Now, people are lazy and just throw it on the ground. And there's more outside heaters for smokers that are now giving off emissions too. Now, moving towards my final thoughts. Again, my name is David, and I am for the public smoking ban repeal. I have shared with you my thoughts on the issues such as rights being taken away, more outdoor exposure, alternative cigarettes being just as harmful, and the negative effects on the environment. I would now like to open up the floor to my partner, Nicole, for her side of the debate.
Again, my name is Nicole, and I firmly believe that the smoking ban should stay in place. Smoking is a huge nuisance in our society. It creates several health issues, it has a negative impact on the children, and pollutes the clean air. The first concern that I have with secondhand smoke, or with smoking in public, is secondhand smoke. Secondhand smoke has 7,000 chemicals, 70 of which are cancer-causing agents. Some cancer-causing agents are formaldehyde, which is used in preserved dead bodies, benzene, which is found in gas, and polonium-210, which is a radioactive chemical. Along with these cancer-causing agents, there are many other toxic metals. Cadmium, which is used to make batteries, and arsenic, which is used as a pesticide, and many fatal gases, including carbon monoxide and ammonia. Along with these chemicals, there are many health issues that follow. For one example, there's heart disease. It increases 25 to 30%, according to tobacco.gov. And also, 46,000 premature deaths caused by heart disease happen to non-smokers each year. Secondhand smoke causes the damaging in blood vessels, and it can put a person at a higher risk for a heart attack. 3,400 non-smokers die in the United States from lung cancer. This is an example of what your lungs look like when you breathe in too much secondhand smoke. On the right side, you can see the pink, healthy lung, and on the left side, you have the black, infested smoke lung. The next concern that I have with smoking in public is the effect that it has on our children. Children who are exposed to secondhand smoke are more likely to cough and to wheeze. They also have a greater chance of getting bronchitis and pneumonia. It triggers their asthma attacks, and infants are at greater risk for SIDS, which is the sudden unexplained death of an infant, the infant will breathe in these deadly toxins, and it interferes with the way that they breathe, and it can cause them to just stop breathing. And lastly, it influences them to become smokers. Adults are the role models of children. They are supposed to show them what is right and what is wrong. And by children observing these bad behaviors, it's showing them that it's okay to smoke, and they are more likely to become smokers when they get older. The last concern that I have with public smoking is the effect that it has on the air. When you're sitting in a restaurant, it's everyone's air. Everyone is breathing in the same air. Smoke does not stay in one section. It will spread and affect everything in its path. It limits, in small places, it limits the fresh air and suffocates nearby bystanders. There used to be non-smoking sections, but the smoke doesn't stay in that, just the smoking section. It drifts to the non-smoking section, and it affects everybody. With all this in mind, it's without a doubt the government's responsibility to do what is best for our society. The public smoking ban will not harm a single person. However, allowing public smoking is destroying our once healthy planet. Public smoking causes several health issues. It pollutes our air and negatively affects our children. This ban will decrease the danger exposure to secondhand smoke and improve our society as a whole. Now that I have finished with my persuasive portion, my partner over here, David, will give his rebuttal.
One last time, my name is David, and I am a firm believer that public smoking ban should be repealed. My opponent argues the fact that secondhand smoke contains a lot of chemicals. Also, public smoking has a negative effect on the youth, and public smoking has a negative effect on air quality. However, public smoking may contain a lot of chemicals, but we are now exposing a whole new set of bystanders to this public smoking. Also, public smoking now has more of an impact on the youth because of public smokers now rely on parks, recreation areas, and outside buildings like I said before. And also, if we're the role models for these children, then I mean, we don't drink outside in public, so why should we smoke? We should go into the restaurants and the bars where we always have smoke. Thirdly, changing where the smokers smoke is not going to change the effect on the air quality. Also, the air quality in restaurants should be the owner's choice due to the fact that it is a private institution. Again, thank you for listening to my points and arguments. You should now know that the public smoking ban should be repealed and freedom should be given back. I would now like to open up the floor to my partner Nicole for her rebuttal.
One last time, my name is Nicole, and I firmly believe that the smoking ban should stay in place. My opponent argues the fact that it takes away people's freedoms and that smoking is increased outdoors in recreational places where children are, and that the environment is being more harmed because of litter from cigarette butts. However, the smoking ban does still allow people to smoke. It's not taking away their freedoms. They're just doing it in a more public place, so not everyone is affected. It also creates a cleaner and healthier environment. It creates fresh air for us to breathe in. And it has a positive influence on our children, showing them that smoking is not okay and that it's harmful to your body. How is it fair to put the entire public at risk because someone is too selfish to smoke in a private place? So again, thank you for listening to my restated points, and you should see that the public smoking ban is a positive thing and it should stay in place.
Now that you have heard both sides of this very controversial topic in our society, you should hopefully have a better understanding of why some people believe that the public smoking ban should be repealed and why some believe that it should stay in place. Some people believe that it should be repealed due to the fact that it is taking away freedoms, increasing smoking outside, causing more pollution, while others say it has a positive influence on children. With all this in mind, I hope that you all have a better understanding of the public smoking ban. You have been a great audience, and thank you for listening, and have a great day.